Mwah.
Hello, it's Max.
Jello.
Alrighty, what are you gonna ask me today?
Well, I feel that assumptions are important to do, but not important to think of all the time.
Okay.
So what do you think about assumptions?
I think assumptions are a social survival technique, but at the same time, assumption can be the reduction of other people, culture, and the self. Right? It erases authenticity, it erases the possibility of what could be, and it erases the ability to change.
Yeah, I feel the same, because I feel like assumption can be important when you're in a space where you don't have any other answers for something, and it's in a personal part of your life, and you have to decide based on those assumptions, because no one is creating an environment to give you those answers.
I think it's good to have assumptions, but it's also good to be flexible with the assumptions you come up with so that you can allow other things to renew and contradict, challenge, and help you not be ignorant.
Yeah. I feel that I was around a lot of inflexibility and inflexible people. So the assumptions that I was labeled with, I guess, garnered me to have to do the same thing for my own safety, for my own understanding of a situation, because I wasn't given answers completely. And I was only given sometimes there was a problem, but the solution wasn't provided to me. So I didn't understand everything completely.
Assumptions are basically a fixed impression. And in terms of being fixed, that's only good with APR rates when you're borrowing money. But it's not good when you have a fixed assumption of someone you're trying to get to know or build a relationship with. I think assumptions then can be very damaging and reductive and counterproductive. Because you're basically saying, hey, yesterday you reacted this way. So you can never change your reaction ever. You have to stay mad or stay excited.
Yeah.
Right? It's unnatural to hold on to negative assumptions.
Yeah. And I think assumptions doesn't leave room for our humanity in a situation every day. So if we feel feelings and emotions, that's gonna work on those same things that we have made assumptions on. So the next day, even, our emotions will now understand things differently and look and marinate on things differently, so that assumption may not be there, and that idea that you may have held could change there. And that's the room for assumptions that it doesn't leave sometimes.
Okay, so after this conversation, what are you going to do with your own assumptions you have about other people?
Well, I feel that I'll make sure to not be naive where I overshare, because sometimes I do that where I feel like, oh, I'm welcome here, okay, I could share anything I like.
So when you assume that there are no boundaries, you might step into other people's boundaries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And going with assumptions, you're not always going to hear what people will say about that immediately.
Well, yeah, because they want to filter, they need to process, they need to let it marinate and figure out how they feel, but they've already made that assumption about you because you overshared.
Yeah.
So sometimes creating boundary doesn't mean telling people, hey, don't do this, this, and this, but actually you create boundaries by filtering yourself first, right? I always tell you, like, let other people earn details about you. Don't just give it up right away.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's what assumptions can be, a powerful tool to be positive or negative like that, because it can work on helping you understand a situation before you even get there, but it's also the knowledge of, like, oh, someone can actually create an assumption after you've shared something and not understand it completely yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because people lock in their assumption doesn't mean they come to you and be like, hey, explain to me about this, right? They just walk away with that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, babe.
I'm proud of you too.
Mwah.
Thank you.
Have a